It's Idiot Box Radio with your host, Tori.
Hey there guys, I'm Tori, this is Idiot Box Radio. I hope that you're all doing super well. I'm coming to you live and direct from Geelong, Victoria, Australia, and today we are going to be doing a book review. For those of you who are not familiar with the show, it's a mix of comedy, reviews, just everyday life and saying things the way that I see fit. But the book review today is about the brand new Jack Reacher book. If you haven't heard of Jack Reacher, he is an action hero written by Lee Child, or created by Lee Child, and now also written by his coattail writing brother, Andrew Child. They write it together, brothers in arms. I really enjoy the Jack Reacher series. You might have seen the movie with Tom Cruise, but basically Tommy Boy, as I like to call him, doesn't even begin to match up to what the description of Jack Reacher is in the books. Jack Reacher is 6'5". I think Tom Cruise is probably about 5 foot. I'm not much taller. No, I'm a giant. I don't know. I'm 176 centimeters. So if you can convert that into imperial, you'll have an idea. One of the things I don't really get is why I think it's only America still goes with the imperial system. Yet when we're trying to say our heights, we always want to try to say, I'm 6 foot something, I'm a 5 foot something, I am 1 foot nothing. In any case, the new Jack Reacher book is a banger. It is called No Plan B, and it was thoroughly enjoyable from start to finish. If I accidentally give away detail, I apologize, and I am recording by the side of the road because I want to keep everything real and keep it succinct and to the point for you, and that is just the way it is going to be. So Jack Reacher is an ex-military cop. He was the best at what he did. Now he just wanders around the countryside like a Leyland brother. You might have to Google that. It's an old Australian reference. And he rights wrongs, gets to bang occasionally, though you don't get into too much of the sexy time in any sort of gratuitous detail. Gratuitous detail. For a second then, I don't know exactly what was going on. I started doubting if I actually knew the words to say the things to make it make sense. But I'm assuming that I do. Therefore, and hitherto, we shall continue on just as we were. In this particular story, Jack Reacher is catching a bus into a town, and in this particular circumstance, or he's somewhere around anyhow, and a lady jumps in front of a bus and is killed. Everyone screams, things are bad, but Jack Reacher actually notices that the woman was actually pushed under the bus to make sure that she passed away upon the point of impact, and immediately jumps into action and maybe sees something that he shouldn't have seen when he looks through the contents of the lady's bag, in particular an envelope that she had in the handbag. This book is a little bit more complex, I do thought, than some of the other Jack Reacher books. Jack Reacher, if you haven't read him before, the way Lee Child created him, he is just a sledgehammer. The way the book is structured, it's an extremely easy read. I read this book in 3 days during my lunch breaks, so it took a couple of hours to finish up. I loved it. So basically, Jack Reacher, force of nature, doesn't really care or cares too much depending on the way you look at it. But he is extremely confident and extremely competent at fighting. The fight scenes are written like boxing matches. It is just blow after blow after blow. You can see it. Lee Child does a very good job, and I'm sure that Andrew encourages. Together they both wrote a very good book. I don't know who took the majority of the writing. If you get the special edition, there is an interview or an excerpt of one there for them. But I don't know who wrote what or where or when. But the whole story is interspersed. So throughout the action-filled Jack Reacher part of it, where he finds out to his horror, there's a lot more going on that meets the eye as to why this lady was killed. I was really, really surprised at the end, the twist that was there, what was going on at a particular prison, which is the focal point of the story. This was just really well written, tied together nicely, and you had 4 stories going on at the same time. So Jack Reacher, then there was a runaway boy, from memory his name was Jed. Then you had a grief-stricken father seeking revenge, and you also had a prison that seemed like a model rehabilitation system, but in all actuality had all sorts of nefarious stuff going on in the background. And I liked it. I thought the way that it was put together was really well done, and the way that the stories wove together, whilst sort of meeting at the end, they all tied up nicely in their own right. And I think that I would like to see more of this in the Jack Reacher series, because let's face it, there will be another Jack Reacher series. There's about 25 or 26 books in this series now. Don't be put off, because you don't have to read them in chronological order. They all sit by themselves within their own universe, with the only real consistent thing being Jack Reacher. It did sort of throw me because, in some of the books, you'd expect there to be references to previous happenings. But I do think that Lee Child very sensibly has created this world where you don't have to be on top of what's gone before. To read, I think it was Killing Floor was the first book. I do think that is probably, if you're going to get into Jack Reacher, I would probably read that one first, simply because it was the first time that the character was brought to us, and therefore there seems to be a little bit more in the way of explanation. Like, he's a really tall dude, very muscular. The way he presents himself, I've got a mental picture of what he would look like, more so than in No Plan B. If I was to have any complaints about No Plan B, and this is a very minor complaint, it would simply just be the fact that they quite tackily work the name of the book into one of the dialogues by one of the characters. Something happens and they go, oh my goodness, we don't have a plan B. There's no plan B. And it felt contrived and a little bit silly, but the rest of the book read splendidly. And I'm guessing that if that wasn't actually the name of the book, it wouldn't have felt so stupid in the context of the way it came out. But as it was, that is the name of the book, and they used that line specifically, and it all just felt a little bit forced in my opinion. So other than that, this is a really enjoyable book. I do suggest you getting behind it and having a good old-fashioned read of it, because thoroughly enjoyable and great characters all the way through. The pacing is breakneck. You really feel a sense of urgency throughout, and I do think that Lee Child has managed to do this exceedingly well throughout the entirety of the Jack Reacher books, at least the ones that I have read. I must admit, the premise of this one looks so good, I jumped multiple books in order to just get straight into No Plan B, and I'm super glad I did, because I thoroughly enjoyed it. In any case, guys, if you've got a book that you think I should look at, or just something you think I should talk about, you can interact with the show, or just simply send through some fan mail if you want to idiotboxradio@gmail.com. Make sure you do follow through and subscribe on the YouTube channel, Tory Idiot Box Radio, or you can subscribe to the audio only version through Apple Podcasts. Till next time, guys, thank you so very much for being a part of my day. If this sounds all right and the traffic noise outside isn't too bad, I can do more of these. I want to provide a bit more content, and we'll be covering all sorts of stuff. So if you're here for the book reviews, great. If you're here for rants, great. If you get sick of me jumping from topic to topic, I'm terribly sorry. I'll try to make a playlist that you can avoid certain things. But till next time, guys, love you all. Thank you so very much. It's nearly Christmas. I hope that you guys are doing well and are okay within yourselves. Catch you later. Bye. Oh, wait. If you are watching the video version, you're about to see the names of the people who are patrons. And if you do want to become a patron, you will be able to for about $1 to $1.50 a month. You can pay more if you want, but you don't have to. And you get your name at the end of my YouTube videos. Thank you so very much. Love you guys. Bye.